my fellow Guyanese,
and
Firstly,
our
and
son,
I
and our son,
extend
warmest
to
greetings
all Guyanese,
both at home and
both
abroad
at home and
as
abroad,
we celebrate
as we
Christmas.
celebrate Christmas.
This season
This
brings us together
in a spirit of unity,
gratitude
and reflection on the blessings we share as a people.
at the heart of Christmas is love. A love so profound that it transcends time and space. The Christmas story begins with the love of God, who became incarnate to bring light and hope to the world. It continues with the tender love of Mary, who embraced the divine calling as the mother of Christ, nurturing him in humility and faith, and the fatherly love of Joseph, as evident in his quiet strength and obedience. This love that we speak of is a love of family, it's a love of community, it's a love that is selfless. It is a type of love that evolves society to maturity, to a place of maturity in which people see each other, not by differences, but by the very fact that we are part of one family, the family of humanity. Here in Guyana, we are part of the most beautiful family, that is the family of Guyanese. A family that must look out for each other, a family that must uphold each other. This love that we speak of, over time, we have demonstrated and observed Christmas in different ways. Christmas has become acts of love as well, expressed through our generosity, kindness, and care for one another, especially for the less fortunate among us. As we gather with family and friends to celebrate, let us remember the deeper meaning of this season. Let us commit to preserving this season of love by embodying its message throughout the year. Love cannot be seasonal. It cannot be only at Christmas time. The love that's bring us together in the family of humanity must be for every day of the year. It is only through this demonstration of love that we will have the fullness of what this season means for our everyday life. Ghana's future must be built on the foundation of love. Love for each other, love for our families, and love for our country. It is through this love that we can foster unity, nurture compassion, and overcome divisions. In the last year, I was pleased with the numerous initiatives we pursued to unify our communities and people. The investment we made in continuously building prosperity, uplifting the vulnerable, empowering every Guyanese in building a sustainable and resilient future. This future is beginning to blossom. We must now nurture this blossom. We must take care of this blossom so the fruits will be bountiful and the harvest ahead will be one that will be prosperous, high yielding, and would give to every Guyanese the type of life, type of community, type of country, and type of love that would enable us as a people to overcome every hardship, bounded together as one people, one nation, one destiny, under the umbrella of one Guyana. In this season, I want us all to spare a thought as we remember with humble hearts all our hard-working citizens and patriots, our servicemen and women, public servants and officials, from farmers to fisherfolk, miners to laborers, builders to service providers, everyone who has contributed to nation building. We also remember those we have lost, to the life beyond our earthly abode. Remember your loved ones in prayers. We also join in celebrating the new ones we have welcomed in the last year. The addition to our families, our communities, our country, the new citizens, the new citizens of Guyana. We share in this moment and remember and enjoy those additions also. My Guyanese, my fellow Guyanese, my brothers and sisters, the road ahead is filled with many, many, many great opportunities. We need to have always a positive mindset. Let us endeavor to continue to erase every single thought that take us apart from each other. And let us embrace every idea, every thought, and every mission that brings us together in this beautiful family called the Guyanese family. May the peace and joy of this Christmas fill your hearts and homes. And may the light of Christ inspire us to build a nation rooted in compassion, unity, and love.
Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas to all of Guyana.
I could come in. Hi there.
of the leaders as we get ready. You know, this is a process of getting people to log into the studio, come into the studio, and then we bring you up right here on this phenomenal thing that we're doing. But by the way, let me say good morning and a Merry Christmas to so many people around the world that are locked in. We've got people up with us in Canada, in the United States, right here in Guyana. People are logged in other parts of our country and not just Georgetown, where the signal does not reach terrestrially, but it gets there, obvious, via the World Wide Web. We've got a lot of listeners in Guyana, in Brazil, in India. We've got some listeners locked in there in India. When I look at my monitor here, people are in Germany, people are in London. I know Ron should be locked on in London. Ron is having some rendezvous in the London town. In Russia, we've got lots and lots of people and across the Caribbean. And so we want to say a Merry Christmas to you all. Quickly here in Guyana, Kathy Fowler, Tricia, Angela, Patricia, Miss Joan Gill, Roseanne McPherson, Shelley Sue in New York. We've got some people, they don't put their names up, but they are locked in. Eileen Kilman, Patrick, Philadelphia, Trevor in the British Virgin Islands, Althea in New York, Claire Ashford in Maryland, Elsa Pitt right here in Guyana, Lavon Calder, Dexter Lal, Winston Joseph, a regular. And thank you, Winston, and all the others who, of course, contributed. And you can still contribute today. It's not too late. McLean Chesney, locked in. Angelina Hopkinson. Oh, yeah. Carolyn Yaris. Terrence Young in Toronto, Canada. Marcia in Lodge. Miss Anne in Maryland. Juliet Tugville. And so many others who are all locked in. Well, let's go now and enjoy some more of the Atlantic Symphony as we get ready to bring our next person to bring greetings to you right here on Light FM and this live YouTube, Facebook connection. Nobody? See, you tell people, I tell people they can't come until 9 o'clock.
But for that to happen, we got to change this link and go to the other one to come in.
No, they can't get
They
in.
can't get in unless we give them.
You got changed the
Yeah, I
link.
got change. I got to go to the other link to get it.
Okay.
This link is just for the persons of the
Mhm.
leaders.
So,
What Nancy be doing?
he said he fight them to get them with the computer.
But you use your phone. You use your phone and just
But
come
I
in.
wonder if he using the other link.
Which other link?
No, the other link, I think the other link went to him too, you know.
No, you was confusing, man. Look, let me forward you the use the link.
Let me see something.
Use the first link I sent you. That's the first link I sent you. That's the link I used.
You see, you got members of the public.
No, another one. That is another one. That is the one that. Let me forward it to you.
Yeah? Wait, let me tell you.
This is the brand link.
I think so, you know.
Send you one way give 20 or 40 forward the one with 20.
You know what happened? I think you're using the wrong link. I just sent you a link, right? You using the link for the public link opening till 9 o'clock. Get it? Right. I just resent it. So try it out with your computer. Good. Yeah. I sent it on your WhatsApp. Send it. All right, good. Let me send it. Let me get it go right now.
You want?
Send it. Send it to
Aubrey?
you got your email, right?
Yeah.
Send it to email. I might be up on the screen here though.
You up? Yeah, the drink is right. It's okay. They're hearing you. Hear the music playing in the background.
That's text and tell it coming from my email address. So it open the Yahoo account.
Yeah, you should send it to me.
Tell it sent.
Hmm? I text until it come from Rudy.
And he's on.
Oh yeah, the Atlantic Symphony Steel and Brass Orchestra playing the Christmas Festival Part 1. There are two parts to this, actually. And so here we are on this Christmas Day. Remember, at 9 o'clock, we'll be throwing open the lines for you to come in and send your greetings. So once you log in and you follow the instructions, remember, there's a link that you would have received or you will be able to go to. And once you click on that link, it will bring you to the studio, but you have to put in your credentials, meaning you'll have the opportunity to come in either via your YouTube account or your Facebook account. You must do that, or unless the studio will not recognize you. And then once you get in, you'll be queued up. It will say you're backstage. And then, of course, my good friend here, Mr. Andrew Weeks, who's manning the StreamYard access, will give you access and we'll talk with you. And you'll be able to send your greetings to your relatives and friends. So we're getting ready. We've still got a couple of more to come in with our leaders. They're all lining up. And once we get cracking with that, we'll be running through until 9 o'clock. And then we'll be going straight on to keeping you going. Have we got somebody coming up as yet?
The leader.
We've got the leader of the opposition, the Honorable Aubrey Norton, standing by to come in. Mr. Norton, good morning. Merry Christmas.
Morning, Bobby. Merry Christmas to you and a Merry Christmas to all Guyanese at home and in the diaspora.
It is so wonderful, sir. What have you been doing so far for the holiday season? I know you've been politically driven throughout the months and weeks go
Well,
on by, but the holiday season, what happens?
we have had a number of activities. We had a senior citizens lunch where we hosted senior citizens from the party and outside of the party. We've also had a children party where we hosted like 500 children, give them gifts. That's at the national level, and at the various regional levels, we have been distributing hampers. We have been holding activities, bringing cheers to people. So we have been very active. We have been very active during the this festive season.
But of course, as leader of the opposition, there's always the opportunity to send a message to supporters, viewers, because we're now viewed all around the world. And I'm sure there is something you may want to share with our listeners and our viewers at this time.
This season is supposed to be really a joyful season. And we really wish we could have said Merry Christmas and it meant everything. But in the present circumstance, it is very difficult to say Merry
Andrew,
Christmas.
could you bring him alone?
Merry Christmas without facing the realities of Guyana. We are in a very difficult situation in Guyana where it is well known that we are considered the fastest growing economy in the world on the one hand, but on the other hand, there are serious problems in the society. For instance, the government is finding it difficult to distribute something as simple as a cash grant. You've seen the chaos all across the country.
At the Edward Field in Edward
And
Field.
what is manifest? What is manifest is that there's a lot of incompetence at the level of the government, and that has affected the opportunity for people to be joyful at this stage. We do believe that this should have been an occasion in which Guyanese received what they were entitled to receive and didn't have to pass through the ordeal that they were put through. But Guyanese are a resilient people, and I would say to you at this Christmas season, still enjoy the season. It is a season that is meant for you to enjoy. The opportunity will come for us to deal with the missteps and the problems of the government. And when that time comes, we will deal with it because we are noting the many challenges and problems created by their incompetence, in some regard, the corruption and the divisiveness. And so while I wish you a Merry Christmas, it would be remiss of me if I don't mention the fact that the society is plagued with problems as a result of poor leadership by the government, incompetence by the government. So it is in that context Guyanese are experiencing this Christmas at home.
Well, that is so beautiful and good to know that you are able to share your thoughts and what your opinions are when it comes to Guyana. But looking into the crystal ball, what do you see for 2025 for Guyana? It's been designated a year of elections here, and certainly people will be looking forward to the participation of your party, the opposition, and everything else. What are your predictions if you were to look into your own crystal ball?
Well, I see a change of government. I think in 2025, the people have come to recognize that while Guyana has a lot of money, that money isn't meeting the people of Guyana. And like I said, even with the attempts, even with the attempts to let it meet the people of Guyana, the government is failing. And so I believe people recognize that the government is incompetent. They recognize that the government is corrupt. They recognize that the government is divisive. They also recognize that with all the resources at the disposal of the government, it is incompetence. This is the first time in the history of Guyana that Guyana has so much resources at its disposal to develop Guyana, and yet it isn't developing. And I believe all of this will impact 2025, and the people of Guyana will change the government of Guyana because they do believe that they're not getting the benefits from the oil resources. A few are getting rich. And when it comes to them, it is poor infrastructure, poor water, poor
Who we
electricity.
going to?
A lot of the
And
projects
he's
that
finished.
they
Who
are
I put with it?
undertaken are not
Go to
properly
field,
done.
man. Field is in already. Just talk. Hey.
Well, leader, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I wish you and your family all a happy Christmas. And I know there's so many things you've got in store for Guyanese in general as we look forward to elections in 2025. Have a great and a beautiful day, and do enjoy the rest of your Christmas day.
Do the same, and thanks for having me.
By the way, let me ask you, do you cook Christmas? I know you're a good cook because you stayed with me once in New York and you did a good okra and shrimp. I don't.
Well, I still cook. I continue to be a good cook, but I don't have the time at this stage. In fact, now I've taken to cooking for the party staff in Congress Place in recent times. But at home, I have been doing very little. But
Well,
I can say to you, as usual, this Christmas I made the pepper pot.
well, there you go. All right, that's the best thing. Leader, have a great day and thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You are most welcome. All right, this is our Christmas Day greetings program. And as we said, you're being seen live. We're going to be opening up for the general public at about 9 o'clock. We've got some more folks coming on. And I think we've got Andrew, the Director General
Yes.
of the Guyana, the Director General, right? We've got.
Yeah. Edward Field is in the green room right
He's in the
now.
green room.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
could
yeah,
we bring him out on stage?
Well, he has to put on his camera. I hope he's hearing us right now.
Yes, Colonel Phil, if you could put on your camera and we're ready to have you go, if you can.
As soon as you do that, we're going to bring him on set.
All right, so let's go that.
He's on. He's ready.
Ready? All right, we've got Colonel Field. He's ready. So let's bring him in on stage. Merry Christmas to you, Director General. I guess you were awoken at this hour, but I hope your day have started so right and so bright. And it's all
Oh,
yours.
yeah. Good morning, Bobby. Caught me at a very early hour.
Well, I know where you are. It's probably much earlier than we are here in Guyana at the moment.
Yeah, I'm out in Chicago with my family
Right.
and my wife and
Somebody turned off the light. Maybe they could put back on the light for you. Yes. All right.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
yes. I'm out in Chicago with my family. Uh, just got up. It's Christmas morning here. It's 6:37 in the morning,
Wow.
and it's cold on the outside.
I could imagine. I could well imagine. But I'm sure you've got, apart from your family, you've got your staff and other persons you'd like to share Christmas wishes with. So let's go right ahead.
Yes, Bobby. It's always a good day at Christmas. It's the day we remember from childhood, as when when we were born. Our parents taught us that Christmas Day is a very important day. It's the day of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, and it is a day to be celebrated. It is one of those seasons when families get together and we all will try to enjoy that family togetherness which existed on the day of Christmas when Jesus sent his mother and
Joseph Hartman.
father, and so it's a family day. So I bring greetings from my wife Sydney, my sons, or my daughter Adiola Field, my sons Egbert and
Send me with.
Ewart,
Send
my
me one.
two grands. You know, I
Send,
have two
send me
grands
the
now.
last on this phone.
All right. No, but
I have Nova and Nia. We have all these greetings I bring to every one of our families out there. My brothers, my sister, my brothers, Trenton, sister, Doreen, Norma, Hazel. To all my family out there, I want to say Merry, Merry Christmas. My friends, taking the role as a Director General, I want to congratulate my team at the Civil Aviation Authority for all the good work they did this year. They did a fantastic work this year. And to them, I say Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. To His Excellency, uh, President Ali, my ministers, Minister Ejel and Minister Indar, to the entire ministry for the support they gave us. A Merry Christmas, and may this year, the next year, be a joyful and successful one. My team, I know, enjoyed a number of occasions since I was out for the past week, but I was there in spirit.
Yeah, because Joe is supposed to come.
So, to everyone, Merry, Merry Christmas from my wife Sydney and family.
Thank you so much, DG, and thanks for joining us this morning from cold, cold Chicago. And I know that you will be happier with your relatives, your children, your wife, your grandchildren, and everyone else. So happy Christmas and thanks for joining us. And continue to look at the program because, as you know, this is a first. It's not a first for technology, but it's a first for us in Guyana doing this and giving people, especially Light FM, the opportunity to say Merry Christmas to each and every one.
So before you go to Bobby, Colonel, did you have your pepper pot this morning? Did you have any pepper pot or anything like that this morning?
That is Andrew Weeks. Andrew likes to find out if people are eating pepper pot this morning.
Pepper pot and bread and your black cake and your sponge cake and your ginger beer.
Can't eat all them things at once on Christmas morning. You eat pepper pot and bread.
Did you had that pepper pot and bread this morning, sir?
But I'm having pepper pot and bread this morning. But Bobby, before you go off, you know, it would be incomplete that if my better half doesn't bring her greetings. I woke her out of bed just to ensure that she bring her greetings this morning.
Hi, Sydney. Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Bobby.
Sorry that we had to get you out of bed this early, but you know, we have this thing all lined up for people to say Merry Christmas. And I know you're a happy camper and you're one of my loyal listeners. So this would not have gone down well if you had not been given the opportunity to say Merry Christmas. So thank you for being a loyal listener. And don't ever change. Like I always say to people, when you find Light FM, pull off the knob from the radio and throw it through the window. So you don't have to go through the hassle of finding the station again.
But Bobby, you noticed something in the video? You noticed something in the video, right, with both of them? They're matching.
All right.
That is so true, Bobby.
They're matching up.
But I wish you all the best. Light FM has always been my station that I will always tune into. Light FM 103, Light FM 104. 104.
All right, you're not too far off. Thank you so much.
And I wish you all the best. The company that we look forward to every morning. Continue keep yourselves together as a bundle of sticks that will not sever. Guyana needs you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so
And,
much.
and with all that you have to say, bringing us up to date with whatever is going on, and with the lovely messages that you bring us into focus with. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so
Merry
much indeed.
Christmas,
Merry
Merry
Christmas to
Christmas,
you
Merry
and
and
your
a
Christmas.
children.
Happy New Year.
There we
God
go.
bless you.
Thank you so
God bless.
much indeed. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Field,
Yeah.
of course, joining us from Chicago this morning. And we've got leader of the AFC, Mr. Nigel Hughes, lined up yet.
And Joseph Harmon
And
as
Mr.
well.
Harmon is also lined up. So
And
let's go to Mr. We're going to go to Mr. Who we've got there? Andrew, we've got
We got
Attorney Nigel
Joseph
Hughes.
Harmon and Knight, and both of them on the screen right now.
They're both on the screen. But listen, you guys look, boy, you look like brothers. Well, let me do this. Let me bring in Mr. Hughes, and then we'll bring in Mr. Harmon. I know Mr. Harmon always have got a long message, well prepared and written. So, and I'm not going to establish a competition between you two guys. You hold the same type of portfolio. You're both attorneys, and you both are astronomical politicians. So let me start with Mr. Hughes, and then we go to Mr. Harmon. Good morning, Mr. Hughes.
Mike.
Your mic, could you put on your mic? Did you mute your mic? All right, you got it?
Good morning, Bobby. Any better?
All right, there you go. We have it. All right, all yours, sir.
Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning.
Morning, Andrew.
Good morning. Good morning.
Coming on, let me take the opportunity to wish him Merry Christmas as well.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
To Bobby, as you know, I am just merely the spouse of your most faithful listener. So I know I'm here in a secondary capacity.
And then you have the right as well.
Thank you.
All right, so take it away, sir.
Oh,
and remember, we've got listeners all over the world today, so it's all yours.
Okay, so thank you very much, Bobby. And of course, again, thank you to 104.1 Lite FM. Christmas this year is particularly special. For me, it's the first year that I've been in active politics at the leadership of the Alliance for Change. And I want to take the opportunity to wish all Guyanese, whether they're here in Guyana, whether they are in the diaspora, whether they're at home, whether they're working today, the very best for the season. And of course, for the upcoming 2025, I think it's perhaps going to be the most exciting year for the country because we have, I believe, more opportunities than we've ever had before. So I think this Christmas, as much as it's a time for reflection on our past and our good fortune and to reflect on some of our misdeeds and missteps, I think it provides the best platform for us to be able to prepare for 2025 so that all of us can fairly and equitably participate in the bounty that this country has to offer. 2025, I think, offers us many opportunities. And one of them is not only, of course, the good fortune we've had as a country to have huge revenues, huge inflows. We have a small population, so on paper per capita, we look extremely wealthy. We know that the reality is completely different. The cost of living, we have so many people struggling to make it on a daily basis. We've got extreme child food poverty at 20%. We've got child food poverty at 40%. And these are challenges that we must collectively as a country address. I don't really want to use the season to get into any sort of political competition. I don't think it's appropriate. What I think we should do is we need to look forward to how collectively as a nation we are going to make, for example, the constitutional changes that are necessary to allow everybody to participate in the decision making. It's not just an equitable distribution of the bounty of the country. It's also an equitable distribution of the decision making. Because, Bobby, we all know that well-intentioned as you may be, you can't necessarily be better equipped to make a decision about me and my family. I think we who live where we live are perhaps best equipped to make
There's
that.
a camera, right? Don't look there.
So I think that
this is the camera you look at.
offers us a really beautiful opportunity. We actually have an election coming up next year, and that election would allow all citizens, provided the system is fair, to participate in the decision making. So as we enjoy today and we enjoy the rest of this very festive season, I want to wish all the citizens of Guyana the absolute very best, and we need to take advantage of the next 6 days to make sure that we plan for the best possible future for our country.
Wonderful indeed. Merry Christmas. Please extend my well wishes and greetings to your wife, who in the home is the favorite of Light FM, unfortunately, but definitely.
No. I agree with you, and I think she's probably going to come in on her own right later in your program.
But if she's close by, it would be a good opportunity for her to come in now, because later on the lines may get so long it might be a little challenging for her. So if MP is close by, she could, or maybe a later on she could come in.
Yeah, I saw your previous guest's wife, and mine would probably have to crawl out from bed. I'd have to find out, assuming that she is even remotely receptive, which she's not in the morning.
All right.
Challenge.
Well, at least the radio is close by, so she listens to the radio. That's what's important. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, leader. And we hope that your day will continue to be bright and bright. And all the best wishes for the holiday season to you and yours.
Thank you, Bobby. And let me say to you and your excellent station and the work that you do. Don't bring in Julia. Thank
you so much.
Good work. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Have a great one. Thanks a lot. Yes, leader of the AFC and, of course, attorney at law, Nigel Hughes, joining us here this morning. And without holding any bars, let's go now to my good friend and, of course, former leader of the opposition, the Honorable Joseph Harmon. Good morning, sir. You look super, I must add. That's a kind of a match.
Yeah, put on your mic.
Please put on your microphone. Put on your microphone. Please put your microphone on. Let's hear you. No, your microphone is not on as yet.
Tap the screen or
you're still
All
muted.
Right.
Yeah.
Am I on?
There you go. You're on now.
All right. Yes. Thank you very much, Bobby. This has become.
I was saying to you, you look so dapper, and I don't know if it was you who chose the jacket and the shirt, but it blends pretty well. It has a Light FM look to it.
Well, I am an original Light FM.
There you go.
That, I am a founder member.
Oh yes.
Of Light FM, and so I look forward to this annual ritual of being on your program and sharing Christmas message to all Guyanese. As you know, Bobby, I listened to Nigel not so long ago, and I want to say that I'm very happy that Nigel has taken the decision to get into the political fray, because we need that type of talent, we need that type of character in the leadership of our country.
Why is it freezing?
So let me first of all say a Merry Christmas.
His signal, Bobby. His signal.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
Signal?
Yeah, go ahead. I think you have a little. Go ahead, though. We're hearing you. Your audio is coming through. That's fine.
Yeah. A Merry Christmas to all my fellow Guyanese and visitors to our wonderful country. This is a time of the year when we extend greetings for happiness, joy, and good tidings. It is the season of Christmas when from the goodness of our hearts, we reach out to show the best of mankind. For Christians, it marks the birth of Jesus Christ. It symbolizes the importance of a humble beginning as we enter this world with nothing, and we live as human beings the same way. We enter irrespective of our station in life, and we live irrespective of our station in life. I extend greetings to the management and staff of 104.1 Lite FM, and thank you, Bobby, and thanks the station for this opportunity to bring Christmas message and Christmas greetings into the homes of all Guyanese and the diaspora. To the hardworking men and women in our uniformed services, our doctors, nurses, and all essential services who are on duty away from their homes. I, on my own behalf and that of my family, extend to you a Merry Christmas. As we celebrate a time of Guyanese and a true Guyanese Christmas with the pepper pot and bread, black cake, ginger beer, garlic pork, and many other delicacies that make the Guyanese Christmas special. Let us not forget the majority of Guyanese brothers and sisters who cannot do so. They could and should have a better Christmas, but for the different sides of the one Guyana in which we live. The reckless spending and mismanagement of the resources which God has blessed this country with, oil and gas, gold, diamond, and other precious minerals, forestry, abundant water resources, has been placed here for the benefit of our people. And I must say that our people, despite this, are in a sad state in the midst of massive wealth. The piss poor service provided by government entities and corporations connected to government at all levels is a source of angst among the citizens. Particular mention must be made of two companies, the Guyana Power and Light, which has caused so much stress in the lives of citizens, even after billions of dollars were spent on band-aid solutions. What is obvious to most Guyanese and what seems to escape the government is incompetent management, which milks the billions of dollars into a dark hole. It is time that we realize that the GPL, as it is currently configured, will not satisfy the demands of industry and the ordinary man. There has to be serious change if we as citizens are to see the light. The Guyana Water Inc. is another one, another blight, which is managed by a recycled poor performer. Citizens have to endure sometimes you get water, sometimes no water, most of the time dirty, stinking water. Those who can afford it and some who can hardly afford it are forced to buy drinking water even while still having to pay for the trash which GWI provides. I don't know what is it about this new one in Guyana, but since GT&T was rebranded as One Communications, too often it is poor or no communication. Permit me, Bobby, to extend heartfelt greetings to some of our radio and TV personalities, of course, you included. Our social media advocates, however, take the cake. They're brilliantly, sometimes with satire, pierce this veil behind state corruption. The manner in which they dismantle the ridiculous award of contracts to friends, family, and favorites, also members of certain church congregations connected to government, is a source of credible information for most citizens.
Yeah. Because you're looking more this side than this side.
The poor quality roads, bridges, pump stations, houses are flagship projects on which the government boasts about spending billions. But what does the citizen get? Incompetence, inconvenience, and in some cases, borderline insanity. My fellow citizens, Too many of us are made to feel like second-class citizens in our own country. The foreign companies and the new rich class spend obscene amounts of money on food, fun, frolic, and drinks, while the humble Guyanese men and women serve this new master class. This, my dear brothers and sisters, has to stop. We have to regain our pride and dignity. We cannot be small in the fastest growing economy in the world. As citizens in 2025, we will have to stand up and demand what is right and just for us. I pray that in 2025, we can, as a nation, navigate the challenges which lie ahead in an equitable way that sees true joy and peace to all of our people. I wish you all once again a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2025. And to you, Bobby, and the station, I wish you all the best. And you know that your pepper pot and bread and the entire delicacies are all sitting here at the table waiting for you when you're finished. Thank you.
That's my usual tradition. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in a few as we complete this morning's program. But thank you so much, Mr. Harmon. And as usual, good message, great message. And it has been to the point. And I'm sure many people have already taken in what you have said. Now, is that statement and the message, does that give us a little inclination that you will not remain silent, and maybe 2025 will see you being a little more vociferous when it comes to the political arena and getting back into things?
No, Bobby. What I'm saying there is that as a citizen, that I don't intend to stay quiet on issues which affect the Guyanese people. This is not to say that I'm getting into any political activity, but I believe as a citizen, these things affect us. When our public utilities don't function, all of us suffer. When the water is dirty, all of us suffer. When government services are not provided, and when corrupt contractors do not provide the good roads that you're entitled to, all of us suffer. Our vehicles don't last as long as they should. The tires are worn. The brakes and the shocks are all battered up because of bad roads. And we're spending billions of dollars on that. So I just want to say that that it is something that I've thought about, and I believe that another voice, another important voice in the firmament will make a difference, in my view, to the service which is provided to people.
Well, that is so wonderful indeed. Great message. And I'm sure persons who are watching and listening would have taken it in, and they are sure confident that there's going to be another voice coming out and saying what should be done and where services should be improved, because it is important that as we pride ourselves as a nation with wealth, we should be able to get the kind of services that goes along with being a wealthy nation. Mr. Harmon, thank you as usual. And I know that persons are always ready and eager to hear your message on Christmas morning on Lite FM. So thanks a lot indeed, and enjoy until I get there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Mr. Weeks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's always a pleasure hearing your voice, sir.
All righty. So here we are. We're going to go now. And we're going to now open up for persons. Remember, we said
Switch over.
We have to do a switch over, actually. What we're going to be doing is a switch over so we could get the general public now into the studio, because you may not have noted it, but in order to get the leaders and the officials in place, we have to establish a linking for them so they will not be caught up with the general public. But I'm sure you would have received the access information, and so you could start now logging in. And once you log in, we'll see you and we'll give you access, and you could send your greetings. Let me remind you also that this entire program comes to you with the best wishes of ENET. They provide all of the communication services that you could think about here in Guyana. And we certainly give credit to our other members of our advertising party who will also be part of this sponsorship.
So we're gonna stay tuned. We're gonna come back.
Stay tuned, and we're gonna come right back, and we'll do the switch over so we can start inviting members of the public. So stay tuned. This is Light FM, 3 minutes past the hour.